Anyway, we're back.
There we are. Hey.
Audio issues. That is correct. We're, you can always expect an audio issue here and there. So this time next week, we're going to be at Power Morphicon. I'm Joe. This is Justin, and that's Daniel. Are you looking forward to it?
Very much looking
forward to it at all.
You're not looking forward to it?
I mean, it's going to be busy. It's going to be...
Well, because for you, it's work.
That's true.
It's work upon
Well,
work
it's going to be work for most of all of us, yes.
Well, no,
That's
still,
true.
but I don't know why. There's a place in my heart for Power Morphicon.
Yeah.
It's a great con, so I'm in for it. Can't wait.
I'm excited because this will be a show where I'll be doing a little bit more than just hanging out. And we'll see what I do. I have no idea, but I'm expecting to be busy with you guys.
You are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
A little bit more than just hanging out.
We'll be busy.
Get ready.
Hey, so
I just found out right now. That's exclusive to me.
Well, there's a big meeting tomorrow about everything.
That's right.
I honestly got to ask you because... I don't know what I was actually going to say right now. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, I just showed you our latest 2 shirt designs.
Yes.
Thoughts? Which one's your favorite out of all of them right now?
Still the one I got hyped for last week. Should I even say it? Still
No, you can't say it. You can't say it.
I figure, all right, I'll double check. Yeah. That's still the one I'm personally am pretty close to getting myself because I like the mashup. But the one you showed me today, I will say one of them for sure is just as close as me getting that one too, or considering to get that one instead. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how the final design looks, but I really like this one.
What about you?
I want to purchase every shirt.
No, that's fair.
No joke. I want to purchase every shirt. But the one that I like is not the one we were working on, but the other one you showed me. And I was like, oh.
Today?
Yep.
That's Jezre's favorite, too.
Yeah, see, it's a
the
good
one
one.
he said he liked.
Good one.
And speaking of T-shirts, just like this guy's shirt right here, you can get our shirts at tpublic.com. 2 years ago at Power Morphicon, it was the big Pokemon craze. You have the Morphicon Power Ranger Go shirt? Power Ranger Go...
Yeah.
Pokemon Go Power Ranger shirt.
Yeah.
That's there. You can get those there.
Morphicon Go shirt.
A lot of people have been asking how they're going to get their hands on our exclusive shirts this year. Funny enough, we have not shown what our shirts are, and we're not going to until Power Morphicon.
Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of changing that up, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to head steady on that. We are going to be at booth 327 at Power Morphicon. Our shirts are going to be for sale. Not those shirts, but our exclusive Morphicon Power Ranger shirts.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that our shirts this year are better than the ones they were at last Morphicon?
Yes.
Yes.
I definitely agree. And last Power Morphicon was great. They sold out.
They did
Scott told
almost,
us that,
yeah. We did sell more shirts than actual Power Morphicon. That's a fact.
Scott told us that, and Scott was like, can't wait to see what you guys got for this year. So that's always great.
Yeah.
As a person who actually didn't play Pokemon Go, that didn't appeal to me. I have to be honest. But the shirts this year do appeal to me.
They didn't really appeal to me either. I had to wear them because I had to support our show.
So what you're telling me is the year before last, even though there were 2 things that you liked, they didn't appeal to you because you had no heart.
Ouch.
I mean, I don't know if that's exactly what you're saying. No, but so they weren't your thing.
They weren't my thing. No, Pokemon Go wasn't my thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, but this year,
this year,
I'm stoked.
Okay, good.
So that's going to be our shirts. You can get those at TeePublic, but you can get our official Power Morphicon exclusive shirts only at Power Morphicon. It's possible we may make them available later on down the line, but in all honesty, we didn't make these Pokemon Go shirts available until 2 years later.
Yeah.
So you might be waiting a while.
Okay.
Next thing we got to talk about, there's a lot of news that dropped in Power Rangers, and we were a part of that news.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in just a little bit. We were definitely a part of that news, but we got to talk about, we got to start with something that's been lingering for a very long time with Lionsgate, with Power Rangers. The sequel to the movie is in early development, and it looks like we are officially going to be getting the Power Rangers sequel. Guys, what are your thoughts about this? We're obviously probably going to get Tommy in this one.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get Lord Zed, it's possible. We know that the Zeo Crystal is already in play. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this sequel movie?
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't 100% sure we were going to get it. I had very low hopes a sequel was going to happen. But apparently, with talks now coming into real play, I'm a little shocked that we're getting those talks, to be fair. Honestly, as you brought up on the show before, I don't know what version of the sequel is going to look like, specifically with the cast. You know, now we have one of them as the Charlie's Angels now, so I have no idea what's happening. But, I mean, cool. they've got the origin stuff out of the way. Get some more Power Ranger action in the second one.
Is it fair to say that Naomi Scott is like the one of the biggest stars coming out of that?
She's gonna have Aladdin and that coming out soon, so she probably will be, yeah, for sure.
Now, would you have expected that going in from the movie? After watching the movie, you would have thought, okay, well, who's the big shining star? I personally would have said it probably would have been RJ.
Yeah, same.
But now it looks like Naomi Scott. It's Naomi Scott's all over. Now, Tommy, let's talk about Tommy. We got the introduction and little post-credit scene there. And we know that Tommy's going to somehow be integrated into this movie. It's only assuming that that's the case. If that is the case, a lot of speculation whether that's going to be a female Tommy or a male Tommy. Any preference, any idea where you would like to see that character go?
Well, for me, as you guys already know, I like to go kind of not fully against the grain, but I like to ruffle feathers, and I definitely want a female Tommy. It just makes sense. Let's make a change. Hasbro has done nothing but greatness since the moment they've announced that they're like, yeah, we're taking over. Like by slowly putting Power Rangers into like more of a pop culture kind of arena, where people all of a sudden I'm seeing in just regular Instagram streams that usually have nothing to do with Power Rangers, Power Ranger everything, Power Ranger everything, and people are all getting excited. There are people that I had no idea were interested in Power Morphicon that are like stars. Like, man, I can't wait to go to Power Morphicon. Oh man, I'm going to see Tommy. Like, everyone's saying that. So it's a big thing. And I think that they're just going to continue to grow with it. So the film was expected, and I think that they're going to continue to kind of break barriers and build molds themselves by putting a female Tommy.
Now, there's a lot of rumor and innuendo with this second Power Ranger movie. Rumor is that there was a misquote from Lionsgate, but I can rest assured, I can tell you from my contacts at Lionsgate personally that they actively want this movie to happen. Now, whether or not it's going to be with Lionsgate, that's a whole nother question, because we do know that Paramount and Hasbro have a really strong relationship.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
So, who knows how that's going to end up playing out. I think it'd be pretty cool, though. Regardless. Now, do you think that we will get new Rangers? Because let's just say, and this is a great way to kind of do this as well, because we obviously know that with the original Rangers, Jason, Zach, and Trini, they left the show. Now, a lot of people saying, oh, if Becky G's kind of unavailable, if Naomi Scott's unavailable, is that the point where you start introducing maybe an Aisha,
a
Rocky, or an Adam? And also with Lord Zed, I think that has to be the villain, right? Unless you're going to create a brand new villain for this. What if it's Jason David Frank as Draken? And like, imagine.
Oh my gosh.
Shattering the grid some more. The grid some more.
Shatter all the grids.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
This is all really
What's that, a grid?
A lot of rumor and speculation at this point. It's expected that they're going to be starting early production in 2019 for a release in 2020. The 2020 release date makes a lot of sense to me because Naomi Scott's going to have 2019 coming out. She's going to have Aladdin. And then 2020, I believe, or maybe the end of 2019, early 2020, she'll have Charlie's Angels and then possibly just Power Rangers. So she might just roll into that. Yeah. But then you got to take into account Dacre Montgomery's schedule, who's going to be doing Stranger Things Season 3. RJ's doing a bunch of stuff. You got Ludi Lin, who's already wrapped on Aquaman, so it seems like he's going to be free, at least for now. You never know what he's going to pick up in between. And Becky G is a musical superstar, so she's just going to be touring. So it's going to have to make a lot of sense here how this all plays out. But we shall see. Now, what I want to do, we have two options. Do we want to talk to our good buddies at NWay? We can talk to our good... For all of you, he's like, oh man, are we ready to do that? Okay, so I have to call this thing. All right, so talk while So you guys play the Legacy War video game? You playing it yet?
I played it this morning.
Oh yeah, okay.
I played for probably, I might have assumed an hour. I didn't realize how long I was playing it. I was in my bed. I'm like, I gotta get up.
Oh man. See, okay, I understand.
Sounds very good. For all of you.
Oh jeez. From what I understand, they may actually be introducing the Beast Morphers.
In the game?
Yeah.
The Beast Morphers?
Yeah, right? Isn't that it?
Oh, Beast Morphers, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what, am I saying it wrong? I was like, you're the Beast Morphers.
Are you saying they're going to introduce it in the game before the show, or are you saying...
Oh, no, I just heard that they're supposed to be introducing it. It doesn't mean I don't know when. No one had any timeline. They were just like, yeah, we're in it. I was like, oh, really? Is that a thing?
I'm
so
sure
I want to ask that question because I'm like, people say it doesn't mean it's actually true.
I'm sure that's the truth. I'm sure.
I'm sure it is, but I want to know, like, is it going to be before the show?
I have no idea how this thing's supposed to work. So, yeah. I don't know if this call's going to happen.
Dave, what Rangers have you already unlocked? What Rangers have you unlocked so far?
Oh man, since I just restarted and everything, I've barely gone through. I just finished the training and I just started moving through. I want to use the little the codes they gave us, but I don't know when I can use them yet. I don't know.
Same.
And I get too into it. Like every time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start in. I'm gonna find out where to use them. I just start playing and then I don't stop. And then after that, I realize.
Yeah, we're not going to do this, so we're going to just move on to our next news because I have no idea how. I don't use Skype. This isn't pre-programmed. I'm not doing this. So here's what we're going to do. We're moving on to our next bit of news, and we're going to talk about the last 3 episodes, or the 3 episodes that have been announced for Ninja Steel. I was going to say Ninja Storm. See, Dino Thunder, Dino Charge. I've gotten a lot of heat for this. Hey guys, for all of you that watch the Ranger challenges, I know the difference between the 2 series. I get it, but when you have to keep saying Dino something, it's going to get mixed up once in a while, just like Ninja Steel and Ninja Storm. But anyways, the last 3 episodes of Ninja Steel have been announced, and we're going to go over those episodes right now. First of all, are you excited to see Ninja Steel come back?
Well,
that's a resounding no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not your cup of tea?
Not my cup of tea. I kind of stopped after the first couple episodes of Ninja Steel, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready to, I'll move on.
On August 25th, we're going to get the episode 9, which is called Outfoxed. Now, after their Zords are disabled by Odious Giant Foxtron, the Rangers must find a new way to stop her evil. Are you excited to see that episode?
No, just by hearing that, I'm not. But I want this.
But you like Odious.
I do. I really like Odious as a villain, and I feel they dropped the ball. Because they had a moment where Odious came back, and Odious was like, oh, I'm going to make my evil Rangers, and blah, blah. And I'm going to manipulate the Ninja Star thing, and blah. I was like, oh, finally, someone that says, well, hey, there's power here available. Why don't I just actually use it? Right. I was like, that's what you should do. As a villain, it's like, look, I don't have to expend all my abilities. Why don't I just manipulate some of theirs? And that was smart. And then drop the ball and didn't do anything with it. I mean, we had a season finale where rockets were going to the ship, asteroids were hitting the ship, and you were like, man, things are about to go insane. And then you found out Odious still survived. You were like, oh no, this is going to be it. She is going to ruin them. Nope. Here goes a cage, and that was it. And I was like, come on, don't give me these moments where it was like, yeah, now we're gonna go for it, and then you just drop the ball.
So you're not, I mean, it sounds like you're not a fan right now.
I'm disappointed, but I am not going to stop watching. What is wrong with me?
But we can't stop watching because we have a show to do.
Oh, no. Still, I mean, but even if I didn't have the show, I would still be watching. Like, because I'm waiting, like, oh, you're not going to let me down, baby. I know it's going to be good. I know just whenever it happens, it's going to be good. And I think what I'm really waiting for is just going to be the anniversary. Yeah. Maybe that's what my whole, because I know something's good coming. Maybe it's just the anniversary.
We'll talk about that in a second. Now, a lot of people have been asking, about the anniversary. You know what? I think, not doesn't bother me, but a lot of people have been asking, hey, which Red Ranger is Mighty Morphin going to be? Because in the promo, there's the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. If you would just go to our website, we already released all the people that are coming back.
Read the story,
it's not a secret. I put it in the comments. I mean, in the chat right now. Speaking of chats, we have a thing called the Super Chat feature.
Yes.
Obviously, there's 108 of you watching right now. This is going to keep going really, really fast. But if you want to Super Chat us, we will read your comment live on the air.
Definitely.
And answer any questions you may have. So that's what we're going to do. Now, the second episode is called Dimensions in Danger. You know what that does? That confirms something.
That this is the anniversary yet?
Well, no. It does confirm that. But it also confirms that besides RPM, there are multiple dimensions.
Ranger realities.
Which means that I pretty much think that confirms that Dino Charge is a different dimension.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Nice.
Makes a lot of sense.
Nice. Okay.
But yes, I think that episode, as we can all kind of attest to, that it's on paper.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, dude, when Ro
let me read the description. Let's read the official description. It says this is going to be August 28th. This is going to be a primetime episode. This is going to be 3 days after the premiere of Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, I should say, on August 28th, 8 p.m. In a very large 25th anniversary episode, the Super Ninja Steel Rangers team up with the legendary Rangers in an epic battle to save the world. What do you think?
I'm down.
It sounds good.
Down.
That's no plot details, really.
No.
It's just you kind of know that
Nope, doesn't matter.
Super Ninja Steel Rangers are teaming up with Rangers from the past. Now, we already know who those Rangers from the past are.
Yeah.
Right.
And without giving too much away, who are you most excited to see return?
You know what? I mentioned...
We got a super chat. I'm excited to see Rocky as MMPR Red. So are we.
Yes.
So are we.
Especially because he actually wasn't around for Forever Red.
Yes.
Yeah, so rumor.
Yes.
Thing about that was he was supposed to be on that show, then he moved, and they lost contact, and he wasn't on that show.
Right. You know what? As a big RPM person, Gemma.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool to see Gemma on this.
All right.
Weird because I have to, in between this and Hyperforce, I have to be okay with the idea that Gem and Gemma are just separated.
Separated? Okay. All right.
But hey, you know what? I love Gemma. I'm hoping that they retain whatever I loved about that character in her appearance, even if it's just like 1 or 2 lines. But I'm excited to see her come back. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Episode 11 is going to be Love Stings, September 1st. Preston learns not to believe everything he hears.
Okay. My thing is, after such a big moment after the 25th, what's the episode title?
Love
Stings.
Stings. Yeah.
So, and then what's happening on it?
Preston finds out that he shouldn't believe everything he hears. I feel like we already had an episode like that.
I thought
with
we
the
did.
rumor one.
I really thought we
they were
did,
like,
and I'm like, why are we gonna kind of like tread?
steps back. But you know what I do want to talk about right now is that everyone wants to talk about Dimensions in Danger.
Okay.
We released a story yesterday about Dimensions in Danger, the 25th anniversary. I hate calling it the anniversary because it's not an anniversary.
But that's what they're calling it.
It's not an anniversary.
I know. I'm just saying that's what they're.
The anniversary is technically the 26th year. You don't celebrate your 1 year wedding anniversary on your wedding day. Anybody that's married out there, your 1 year.
It's called your wedding day.
Your birthday, you're not automatically 1 year old.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Whatever. But it's a pet peeve of mine that we call it the anniversary. But be that as it may. Now, we did release plot details on what you can expect for Dimensions in Danger.
Yeah.
For all of you guys that don't know what those details are, just like I did before, I'm going to put that article right there in the link. Now, we know that Wes is going to be a big part of this coming back. He's obviously been on a lot of the promos. JDF's a part of this. And a lot of people have been saying this feels like... this feels kind of like a... Shattered Grid.
Yeah. Like a lot like Shattered Grid.
I mean,
that has to be the intention, though, right?
God, I would hope so.
It better be. It better be. They were like, look, we're going to try to do our own real quick. And, I mean, what the villain's name, is that really still accurate?
Draven. It's something like that.
Draven?
Is that I believe it's Draven.
If it's Dravon, that's kind of...
like
that's a different guy. But Draven, definitely. Lord Draven, that just automatically sounds like Lord Draken.
Yeah.
What his intent is, as far as, like, going throughout the grid and...
Is that Lord
kidnapping
Draken's?
Rangers? Well, he's kidnapping Rangers, but he's making copies or clones to fight the other Rangers.
Right.
And that makes it a little bit different.
There is a big... there is a difference.
That makes a big difference because Draken's whole thing is, well, I'm trying to infiltrate the grid to essentially, like, I guess, rewrite it? Mm-hmm. That's ultimately what he's looking to do, which is dope.
I'm excited that they're bringing back the actual, like, Dr. Tommy Oliver.
Yeah.
Like, that's been a big thing. Yeah. Even JDF put that on his Instagram. It's going to be very cool to see that.
I want to see what's going on because he comes back as Dr. Tommy Oliver, but still has the green, the dragon coin and everything. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be the Green Ranger, but he's Dr. Oliver.
Well, that's
I want to know what happens.
Bait and switch. See, this is a part of this is that...
Okay, cool.
Let's say that what if he's cloning Dr. Tommy Oliver? Do you think Dr. Tommy Oliver...
And then he gives him the... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why, and this is the thing that I was thinking earlier, that's why everyone's going crazy over that morph. What if she is a clone? What if that all Tommy?
No, I actually think it's just Tommy. So really? I think that his clone is going to be the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. Because if you've noticed in the trailer that happened that I was gonna say IGN dropped, you could see that it's Wes, Gemma, and the Rangers, and they're like, Tommy? And he has like this look on his face. But I think that's where he's gonna morph into the Black Dino Thunder. And if you look in our article, there's no thing here, but if you look in our article, you can tell there's Tommy with a group of 4 other Rangers. Have you seen the article's Ranger group? Those Rangers are, let's see, it's Red Time Force, Pink Turbo, There's Yoshi, Blue Dino Charge, and Antonio, Gold Samurai. So those might be the Rangers that are recruited throughout time to save the other Rangers. Now, some Rangers are going to be kidnapped along the way, and I think that those Rangers are Gemma. I think we got Rocky.
Okay.
You got Gia, my girl Ciara Hanna, Trent, and then what's his name? And TJ.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I think that's what's going to happen. By the way, we didn't spoil everything that's going to happen in this episode. There are still surprises to come. Rumor has it. Now, this is news to me, and this is all just rumor. Is that there actually are more Rangers in this episode than I thought.
Huh.
But that's a rumor. That's just a rumor that I heard. The other rumor that I heard is, well, this isn't a rumor. Well, this part is. Another rumor I heard is that it's possible that there may be an extended cut that could possibly go to Netflix. Just a rumor at this point.
I heard about that one, yeah.
And so we're not sure if that's going to happen or not. And another thing, too, is that though we released a lot of those plot details, as you guys already know, especially from Super Mega Force, that anything could be cut, anything could be edited. Which makes me nervous because there is a cool scene that was described to me having to do with one of Tommy's Zords. We didn't put it in the article because everyone thinks that scene's going to get cut, which I don't want it to. So I didn't want to write about it. Or I didn't write that article, by the way. Somebody else wrote it. We didn't want that to be a thing.
Cut it? If it sounds like that good and everyone's like ooh ah, then why would they cut it? I understand when it comes to time, you have to. But dang.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this real quick. 30 minutes though. This episode's 22 minutes long.
Yeah.
Is it enough time?
No.
For an anniversary special. Look, celebrating 25 years of anything means that it should be more than what you usually do for that thing. If I usually do 30 minutes for this thing, hey, it's special. I'm going to do an hour. That's how it is.
I keep bringing up like Forever Red as being a good example of like amount of time used to tell a story. Even though, it's real. All it is just, hey, we're grabbing like X amount of Red Rangers to stop a group of Beetleborgs.
Right, whatever.
From opening up Serpentera. That's it. It's not, that's not deep. That's not really complex storytelling. But that's enough room for a lot of to get everyone a good bit of action, everyone to get a good bit of character work, a little bit, and then that's it. And I felt fulfilled, and I rewatched that thing a dozen times. This one seems like there's a plot that I'm like, that sounds like you should probably spend a little more time than just 22 minutes.
But in fairness, do you think that we've been spoiled as fans? Because realistically, they don't have to do this episode at all.
True, that's fair.
And I feel that like there's so many people out there, they're like, oh, it needs to be this, it needs to be that, it needs to be this. Dude, this episode sounds like it's pretty good. But not just that, just from the description alone. It already is better than what we got in the 20th anniversary.
Dude, it's already better than any episode of Ninja Steel we've seen. Except for that season finale. I did enjoy it still.
I will say, because I rewatched some of the Legendary Battle again in the 20th anniversary, I will say that is the minimum that this one, for me, has to be, is better than that somehow. And even if it's rushed and it feels like it's okay in terms of my personal taste story, if it's better than just a couple of Rangers hanging out at the last 3 minutes of the episode going, and then that's it.
Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah, and then you're like, oh hey, look, there goes this. There goes this.
Tommy randomly,
and I just wave at you, walk away.
Tommy randomly being White Ranger and then randomly being Green Ranger for no explanation.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't. Well,
still, it was great to see. I'm not gonna lie, I was still like, yay!
I hope that we definitely get. I mean, look, in that article that's up, we do talk about. Oh, we got another super chat. We do talk about I'll say what he says in a second. We do. They do talk about Tommy having a morpher that he can morph into all of his Rangers. I think that's really cool.
I heard about that. That is a cool idea. Also, something that maybe
it's one of the smartest things.
Maybe something that might be played a little bit into Kyle Higgins' graphic novel.
You think so?
Maybe.
That would be so cool.
It would.
Here's what we got in the super chat is from Artie. He says they shouldn't do Shattered Grid so they can make a miniseries that can be PG-13 like a CW type. The best Power Ranger in Ninja Steel, Christiani. I gotta disagree with the best Power Ranger in Ninja Steel being Christiani personally. Yeah. I think the best Power Ranger in Ninja Steel is Preston.
Yeah,
I agree.
But, and I'm not saying that because he's my buddy, but actually he has the most character development.
Yeah.
Now, back to the whole Shattered Grid thing. the making it a miniseries. I think that could be a cool idea. However, I think that I think it could be a good idea, but the only thing that kind of holds me back about that is that this show's not getting a ton of ratings. I'm not necessarily sure that the ratings would be there for the other one. Because I feel like, look, this is the same reason why a lot of the toy sales slipped, because of what was going on with a lot of people weren't just buying it. I think people more so want to see this stuff, but don't necessarily want to invest the time or invest in watching it. So it's a different scenario. The Shattered Grid idea could work, but I think it needs to be something that would be on like a Netflix or even like honestly on a YouTube Red, where almost like you put it under a pay window to see who's gonna buy it.
I think actually the YouTube Red one putting it under a pay window is really smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Turn it into a 4-hour long and break it into 30-minute episodes. So, and you just boom, and you don't all release it all at once.
No.
30-minute episodes, but it's 4 hours long in total, and you just boom, 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 just put it out just like that. I think people will be like, yeah, I'm in for it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pay for YouTube Red to do it, and do it in collaboration with one of the YouTube Red things where it's like, oh, you get YouTube Red free for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But remember it's a 4-hour thing, and you only release it once a week. So after after my 2 weeks, dang, I gotta pay for the subscription. I will, because I need to finish this.
See, like, Cobra Kai has kind of been a good testing ground for
Bravo,
this type
yeah,
of
it was.
stuff,
That's how they did it.
Because Cobra Kai, when I heard about the concept, I remember rolling my eyes going, all right, sure. Then I saw the first 3 episodes and went, I'll shut up. This is really good.
Yeah. Sold me on it.
Yeah.
Sold me on it.
And I think it only works in a YouTube... That show would only work in a YouTube Red scenario. So a Power Ranger Shattered Grid thing would totally work in a YouTube Red.
We got in the Super Chat, Red Phoenix. Maybe it's a Super Mega Morpher from Super Mega Force that Tommy gets to change up. What do you think about that?
So it's like I have to use the Japanese word. Sorry, Mobirate.
What does that mean?
That's the Morpher they use in Gokaiger, which is what they changed the other Rangers.
Maybe. That would be kind of cool. That would make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, right?
Sure. Wouldn't be Gosei's head, right? Wouldn't be
Giant Gosei head.
giant Gosei head.
Yeah, it's Ciara Argia gives us. We got this morpher for you that's specifically for you. Giant Gosei head. And he has changed all his names. Now, which version of Tommy are you most excited to see back on the screen?
I want to see the Green Ranger because I feel that the Green Ranger, when it came to fighting, Green Ranger was kind of far more visceral, far more attacking. Where the other ones, they were more defense and kind of they didn't let loose. I feel Green Ranger really went for it.
Now, this is a question for the chat that's watching right now. Any Ranger that you wish was coming back for this episode that we did not announce? I'm sure that there's going to be a ton of answers here. But Justin, I'm going to kick that question off to you.
I mentioned last week, and I kind of want to reiterate again. I would love to see some return of Titanium Ranger.
Trent.
Yes.
Not Trent. His name wasn't Trent.
Was it Trent? I thought it was Trent. Titanium Ranger.
His Rhett Fisher is his real name. It's Ryan.
Right, there it is.
Who are you thinking of?
I was blanking out. I'm sorry. But I love that character. I like that storyline. In Lightspeed Rescue, I liked his character. And that's also kind of cool because he was the only American. He was like the first American made. Sixth Ranger, because in the show they had in Japan there was only 5, so that's a cool. I think that would be a kind of a cool tribute to Power Rangers. He was like, look, we even made our own, and it's pretty cool. So I like Titanium Ranger.
You?
One that we didn't mention, it's a given though, the Phantom Ranger.
Somebody said that, and I'm not going to go back and look at it. It's moving too fast.
It's a given, the Phantom Ranger. I'm sorry.
You know, I honestly, this is a tough one for me because. The Phantom Ranger would be really cool. I think though that I almost think it has to be Austin, right?
I mean, duh, yeah.
Like if you're, it's kind of like he is the first guy that led the Power Rangers. He's the first Red Ranger, American Red Ranger. I think it would make sense for it to be Austin to come back. And people have been waiting this for a very long time. And I think it would be a cool on-screen moment having like a Jason and Tommy kind of like shake hands, like, hey man, it's good to see you back. Kind of like a cool thing that they would be able to do.
Austin has what?
What?
As what?
I think Austin's more iconic as MMPR Red. And I think Rocky should be Zeo Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I think, listen, going back and watching some of these older seasons, Zeo is I think the most underrated Power Rangers season. I want to say almost of all time. Zeo's so good.
I agree with you on that. I actually, just for funsies, I rewatched the first 2 episodes this morning, and I was like, "Hey, this is
another super chat, guys." Artie says, "With that, Wes is forced out of SG. LD is secretly in charge, and of this, and Wes finds out an 18 ends up being able to become the Phantom Ranger. I don't think Wes should be the Phantom Ranger. No, I think I'm the Phantom Ranger. Here's another cool thing, though. We were just talking about which versions we want to see of Tommy and which Ranger should be returning.
Sorry, I'm just good.
the version I think of Tommy,
that head on.
The version I think Tommy should be is the Black Dino Thunder. I love that suit for some odd reason. I think gold and black look really good, and it's kind of a good callback. I think there's certain things that this episode definitely needs to hit, though, and seeing one thing that was the biggest complaint about the Legendary Battle was that outside of Tommy and maybe one line for Cassie, one line for Wes, nobody else really had any lines.
Okay.
So you got to give everybody somewhat of a character moment.
Yeah, you don't want them to show up and just it was like, well, this is a waste.
And a character moment that fits their character. I remember Leo said a line about saving someone's dog. I'm like, that could have been given to anyone. Like that.
Okay.
It was probably written in as
Ranger,
returning Ranger,
returning Ranger, exactly.
Generic line, returning Ranger.
You're available for the dog saving day. All right,
here we go. We got it. All right, so let's get that done.
Now, we know that IGN did release that trailer. Out of what you saw, was there anything that really glaringly stood out to you that was like, oh, wow? Because there is one scene, and I hope that our producer can pull it up, but there is that one image with RPM Silver, which we confirmed, and everyone was like, oh, how do you know that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, that was your first confirmation right there.
Yeah.
And then we also said that Rocky was coming back as the Red Ranger, and guess what? There's a shot of the Red Ranger in there. It's Rocky. I'm telling you right now.
My question is, as of late, are we ever wrong anymore?
Well, look, I'd hate to say...
as of late, I'm just saying, from what has happened.
I would hate to say...
for the last 3 months.
I would hate to say that... the final version hasn't aired, and I'm sure that they're still cutting parts of it.
Sure.
I don't want to sit here and say that we're going to be... I don't want to say it's 100%, but I'm pretty sure everything that we talked about was shot.
That's
so we can say that.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm excited to see this happen. Now, what are the moments that you have to see from this?
Have to see in this episode?
Yeah.
What
Zords do you have to
see? You know what? That is almost never an option in these things. That's never an option in these things. So clearly...
So now my question is, with him asking that question, how much does he know?
It's like, wait a minute.
Let's not focus on that. Go ahead, answer that question. Just keep that in mind, guys. Answer that question.
First, I'll say the classic Megazord. The classic Megazord has to show up. The very, very first one. Because I still think that design, to me, is perfect. And, every time I look at it, it gives me a good memory joy of his childhood.
Yes.
That and, Voltron next to each other, So, fun fact, same designer. I won't point that out.
Yes.
So that probably makes sense. But no, I would love to see the Megazord come back. You guys?
The original Megazord. You know what? I've always been fond of the Falcon Zord.
That's a good Zord. That's a good Zord.
That was my answer. I was waiting. I was like, that would be a great one to see.
Always been a really big fan of the Falcon Zord, so I'd love to see that return.
That's what I wanted, but I guess I'm...
a close second is the dragons, the Red Dragon Zord.
Red Dragon Zord?
Oh, the Red Thunder, the Red Dragon Thunder.
The Red Thunder Dragon Zord is really good.
Shoot. Now with that done, I don't know who to throw out, because you guys just...
the Dragon Zord, there's the Q-Rex Zord.
I was thinking Dragon Zord, but I'm like, hey, I think the Dragons are definitely going to show up.
So you think,
traditional?
we got into the super chat. We need the Brachiozord carrying the other Zords. That's a good one.
That'd be good.
Oh, man.
Do you think that'll be American footage? If that happens. It has to be, right?
It has to be.
It has to be.
No.
What?
It has to be American footage.
Thinking about this, besides the villain being from the Ninja movie, which is Draven.
Yeah. That's where the character is. Okay.
Besides that character, do you think that, most of this seems like it's going to be all original American footage?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It has to be.
Has to be?
Has to be. There's no crossover movie they've done in Japan that has this weird mixture of lineup.
Oh my god.
So it has to be all American footage.
Don't say that, because that would be like, oh my god. Because that would kill me, knowing wait, if you guys can do that in 30 minutes, what else can we do? Why aren't we doing it would kind of get to me.
I don't think, if I'm thinking correctly, I don't think any of the anniversary years had used footage from that year's show. I think they're all American footage, like Once a Ranger.
Well, Super Mega Force did do the Legendary.
That's the one. That's the only one. Because Once a Ranger was all footage from America. Forever Red was all American footage. this one has to be all American footage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. Just Super Mega Force with the legendary battle.
Now, one thing that we know, this episode's going to be airing on August 28th.
God, look at that.
At 8 p.m. Now, for a lot of you guys don't know, this is the first time we're announcing this. We're actually going to be, this is news to you and all of them.
Right.
He knows though.
Listen up, people.
We're going to be doing a viewing party right here at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach on August 28th, starting at 7 p.m. We're going to view the episode here, and we're doing this with the Geeks of East LA. And we're doing this with a lot of our Ranger friends. But guess what? Rangers are also showing up for our own 25th anniversary. So we're going to be also live streaming that. So anything that if you guys are in the Manhattan Beach area, you're more than welcome to come down.
Dude, I'm already excited because it's just like the Ranger community, Ranger Nation.
Yeah.
So this is already dope for me. I'm sorry.
The Geeks of East LA, Angel Grove Radio. There's a few others that are involved in this as well, but probably Rangers Live Chat. But there's a lot of people that are going to be coming down. A lot of the Rangers are going to be coming down, and we're just going to be doing a 25th anniversary stream. It's going to be our cast, the Henshin Hangout cast, the Ranger Wrap-Up cast, the Retro Ranger Wrap-Up cast, everybody from #show. So it's just because you can't go to Morphicon, we're going to kind of keep that celebration alive.
Keep the energy going.
For the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers. It's a big deal, guys. It's a big deal.
Dude, you already saw me? I just geeked out. I'm so in for this.
Now, one thing that has a lot of Rangers together is Legacy Wars. And I'm going to try this one more time. Because I can't figure out how to use Skype. Because they expect me, hey, you should know how to use this. I don't use Skype. It's producers.
New laptop, who this? That's the answer, right?
You figure out, like, hey, let's have
who this?
preparation, I think. I have no idea how any of this works.
Okay,
why don't we have the dude call in, and then we can figure it out from there.
Can we ask him to call it?
I don't know, but that's the thing. We're gonna. So we got on the super chat though.
Producers can kind of wrangle the.
Dual Dude says, personally, I'm concerned about the anniversary episode. Is just a big Legacy War commercial. A lot of returning Rangers in Legacy War. Well, I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
Because Power Rangers is a big toy commercial in general.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are we going to draw our line between what you have as far as the fandom of what Power Rangers is? Power Rangers is a huge toy commercial.
Yeah.
And so, what's wrong with them still doing that when it comes to the 25th anniversary?
I do think, though, I'm excited for it because I do like Shattered Grid, and this is just could be another spin-off of that. Obviously, this isn't Lord Draken, but I think it'd be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool just in general. And I love anniversary episodes. Like, the one thing that I kind of miss is the passing of the torch between season to season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the one thing I'm excited about with Beast Morphers is that I think technically you can get 2 reunions or 2 team up episodes out of this. You can get the Ninja Steel team up.
Yeah.
But you actually you probably get 3. You get the Ninja Steel team up. You can get the thing that we never got from Dino Charge, which was the Dino Charge team, the Beast Morpher team, the Mighty Morphin team, and the Dino Thunder team.
Jeez.
And because that's in the Sentai, that was a big deal, and we all thought we were going to get that in Dino Charge, but we never did. But now is the time where we can actually make that happen.
Yeah, true.
And how better to say that, hey, we're Hasbro and we're going to give you guys what you want. That's what you call making an impact.
Can we wait for 26?
Well, you can make that the 27th because remember it's in 2 years.
2 years,
2 year increments. But the 27th year. But also, I think another thing you can do for the 28th is whatever season that ends up teaming up. There's another crossover. I think the one thing that Sentai does really well, and obviously you're the expert to speak on that because you have a show about it.
Yep.
But I think that they do this passing the torch at the end of every season with the Red Rangers at the end, right?
Yeah, like it's really quick commercial that shows up, and it's always like this really neat like literally it's a handoff. It's called the handoff, and it's like the Red Ranger from the current show bumps this or does something fun with the current Ranger of the new show, and I love that. That's kind of the reason I love going to Morphicon is when I go see the new cast. That's the fun going to that panel. It's like, okay, cool. There's the cast of the current show, and here is literally the new cast on stage.
Right.
And that's like kind of like the
They understand
handoff to them.
They understand the importance of that, and that's the thing where it's like, yes, it is fan service, but it's fan service done properly, and it's something that we actually want and we do ask for. So hopefully Hasbro pays attention to that, respects that, and still continues to honor it in that way. And I think that's something Hasbro will do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at what they were doing with G.I. Joe still and things like that.
Transformers.
They say, yeah, we understand. with Transformers, the last film, they're like, we know what this is.
Yeah.
You know what this is. Let's just give it to you the way you know it is. And people are not mad at it.
No.
It still made his money. So, I mean, it's like, that's what I think Hasbro is going to embrace.
Yeah.
When it comes to just Sentai and Rangers itself.
Well, like, I was there for the Bumblebee panel at Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
Already there, that whole panel was, hey, fans of Transformers, the 80s Transformers.
Yeah.
We're going to make you happy right now. And I'm sitting there a little skeptical, and at the end of the panel, I'm like, when's Bumblebee coming out again? They had Stan Bush play You Got to Touch live.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, what's going on?
See, okay, so that's the thing.
That's what Hasbro's doing to Transformers.
I want to know how deep Hasbro is going to delve into Sentai and its existence when it comes to what they're doing with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Because if they do really pay it homage the way it should be done, it will be bigger than anything Saban's done, and that's going to be scary also. Because it's like, my God, I've grown and love Sentai. My daughter, for example, when she saw, we were watching stuff on Hulu, and it said Saban's Power Rangers for the movie, and she was like, well, that's my Power Rangers. Right. And I was like, but Hasbro's taking over. She was like, yeah, but that's my Power Rangers. Saban is my Power Rangers. It's what we know and what we love. So we want to get that, but we want to get even more. Right. And if we do, congrats and thank you, Hasbro. And I think that's what they're going to do. So I'm looking forward to it so much.
No, I see what they've been doing with Transformers, even like the Lost Light comic series right now.
Oh, jeez.
Which are great. And there's some really good stuff in those. How they use Hot Rod in that is amazing.
Instead of being that whiny guy that you were tired of.
No, dude, he's hilariously incredible in the comic book right now.
Well, speaking of comics, Hot Rod's Joe.
Hot Rod's back.
Hey, producers aren't supposed to talk behind the scenes. That's a rule. Follow it.
Speaking of comics right now, are you excited to know what's going on with what Boom is doing post Grid?
Yes.
The whole story that's going on with that right
with
now?
the new team that they've
yeah,
I am very curious about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that
me too.
Like
I think
a huge thing right now.
That's such an interesting team too.
Yeah.
Dude.
Who's the Death Ranger?
Who's the Death Ranger?
Yeah, right? That's the question.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Who do you think he is?
I think
we got a super chat. Larry Newbill. Justin, what's your favorite Sentai Red handoff?
Ooh. Thank you. That's a cool one. You know what? Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say Go Busters is a really good one. That's a really fun one. Nice. Which is funny because then Beast Morphers is gonna be the next show. Thank you for that.
Nice.
So we can't do this call because I have no idea how this works. I think I have to add this person as a friend that was not prepped, so that's not going to happen. So what else we got? I think that's pretty much it for the news, right? I think we're pretty solid.
Morphicon panels? Any?
Oh yeah, you want any? Are you?
A couple I'm really stoked for sure. I'm definitely stoked for the Kyle Higgins led live reading of Shattered Grid.
I knew about. I see. Did I told you about this though, right?
I don't know if you did.
Oh,
I don't think you did. No, that one
you told me.
You told him, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked for that one. I think that's like I need to get to that panel.
We know that.
Come on, man.
You know that Megan from Hyperforce, Chloe's, is reading for Kimberly.
I knew it. I was like, because there's no Hyperforce in this miniseries yet, so I'm assuming she's reading. Well, not yet. As of then, now.
Well, it is.
They just showed up.
No lines of dialogue, but Kimberly's such a big part of the storyline. So I figured I saw her name. She's probably reading for Kimberly. Yeah.
Do you think that we'll get the Vesper to read for Trini?
Ooh.
Dang.
That makes sense.
It does. Yeah, it does.
That makes sense.
That's a good success.
Which panel are you most excited about?
Besides that one?
Besides that one.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw an RPM
We got another
panel.
No.
You can read that one. That's for you.
I liked when the Kyoryu Red handed off to Tokyo Red. Yes, that's another good one too. Yeah, I'm with you. That's a good one. They're all a lot of fun. I will say the Red Ranger handoffs. Definitely, I like the ones that are even comedic. Like I think the Tokyo Red, that was a pretty funny one too, because he was that Tokyo season. I'll make it real quick. They can switch colors with each other. So Red Ranger showed up, saw a Pink Ranger, and went, "Wait, what?" Then he changed into a Red Ranger. It's like, I'm the Red Ranger. It's like, oh, cool.
That's good. That's good.
Any other panels? I think I saw an RPM, like I said. RPM panel.
There's an RPM panel?
I think that's what I saw. Might have to double check.
Are there any RPM guests going?
A couple. Tanai 7 will be there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And?
I think, isn't Eka Darvel and Ari...
Eka Darvel's not going.
No, Ari?
I think it's probably Mike Jin.
Mike Jin?
Oh, yeah. Mike Jin will be there. He will be there.
That's 3. You can
Is Gemma going?
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
then
3.
you got
You can have Panda with 3.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Now, how about you guys?
I'm excited for anything power the grid, Shattered Grid. I really am. I just want to, even though it's gonna be by the time it will be over by then, right? Will it finally be over by then?
It would be almost over.
October is when it's over.
No, it's over
right?
in August.
It's over in August.
I
But
thought we have our last.
we have an annual issue that I'm not sure.
Issue at the end of it.
Yeah, I thought
there's
we had
like
our last thing coming out in October. No.
issue 30, and then and then like the last big double-sized issue.
Yeah, that post grid story is gonna start in October. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So I don't know when that's coming.
Yeah, so
that's
I mean,
crazy.
anything that has to do with the grid, I am in for it. I want to know, like, just give me more info. Give me more info. Even tell me stuff about the mythos that we don't really get anywhere else. I just want to know. Like, I love it. The story behind it is so great.
You know what? We also haven't mentioned another big thing that's happening at Power Morphicon is Angel Grove Prom.
Oh yeah, we usually do talk about
We did talk about that at some point.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't really talked about it. You know why? Because we sold out of all the VIP tickets.
Ooh.
Those are officially sold out. General admission tickets are available for anyone that doesn't have a badge.
Yes.
If you do have a badge, it's free.
Yeah.
Doors open at 8 o'clock. Show up. Have fun. It's going to be a lot of fun there. I really think that everyone's gonna dig it. I'm super looking forward to it.
I mean, it's gonna be the premier event there, and I'm excited for it. To be able to meet everyone, like we talk about Power Ranger stuff all the time, but
Yeah.
it's great to actually meet other people from the Ranger Nation, and I just can't wait to party up with you guys.
Yeah, no, same. And like, I have a bunch of friends who are all telling me like, I'm gonna wear this outfit. I'm gonna combine this morpher with.
Are you
my
wearing a suit?
Yeah,
I gotta figure
man.
something out. I'm looking. I looked at my closet and went, none of this is good. What do you guys? Who are you wearing?
I wasn't going to.
No.
But now after I saw the layout of what's supposed to like look like and all the people that are showing up, I think I kind of have to, right? Like
I've got a good one I'm wearing.
You got a good one?
It's
My homage to the Black Ranger, man.
Oh yeah, Dylan from RPM. That's awesome.
No.
So with the Rangers that are showing up, we do know that I can officially make this announcement.
Cool.
Karen Ashley is going to be debuting the trailer for something out there. Order.
No way.
Yeah. So we're gonna be seeing some stuff from Karen Ashley. She'll be a part of this.
All right.
And I think I can announce this too. Live performing live, Johnny Young Bosch.
Boom! Nice.
Huh?
Eyeshine or Johnny?
Johnny's new. Yeah, Johnny's.
Johnny's gonna be doing some acoustic there.
Nice.
It'll be a lot of fun. Angel Grove Prom. There's gonna be a ton of Rangers there. I can tell you. Brennan Mejia, Ciara Hanna. There's gonna be a lot. Nakia Baris. A little guy named Jason David Frank. There's gonna be a ton of people that are gonna be at Angel Grove Prom.
Can I get him to like do the?
I think that we might have more Rangers at the Angel Grove Prom than the 25th anniversary.
Can we get Johnny?
I'm gonna say you're probably right about that.
Can we get Johnny to do the strings for a Backstreet cover with you, JDF, him, and you know
let's
what?
get that to happen.
Maybe Jen. Maybe, dude. You are my. I can hear it.
We got another super
I can hear
chat. Super excited for Morphicon fan film contest. If you guys were to make a fan film, what would the premise be? Well, it's funny you say that because literally the comment before yours is what about Power Rangers Cosmic Protectors?
I was just gonna say that's it.
That we already are working on something, but it won't be for Power Morphicon. We're doing something special here on that hashtag show, which everybody's pretty much involved with.
Yeah.
Power Rangers Cosmic Protectors. We're basing it on the Q Rangers season. We're changing a lot of it around, and the reason, and a lot of this gets lost a little bit, but the reason we're doing this is to kind of a proof of concept to show you that we can play in the sandbox, which the Sentai gives us, and keep it to their rules. And still do a season that is very, very good. At least was better than what Saban was putting out.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge. That whole thing was a big challenge from a while ago. But now that is actually going to come into fruition. I don't know why there's a picture of randomly Finster.
Because
Doesn't make
Finster
any
strikes
sense.
fear in the heart of everyone.
That means
Why not? I'm already afraid right now.
Making a monster too.
I don't get your references sometimes.
God,
Yeah,
it's
so
scary, dude.
that's definitely going to be a thing, and I think that with what we're going to have is going to be really fun. You guys have seen some of the animatics a little bit.
I have,
We
yeah.
also got another super chat. I still want to voice a big bad monster. Well, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to do that because there's a lot of monsters in this. So that's going to be fun. Have you figured out our Skype situation yet?
Yes.
Oh, really?
What is it?
Check your Slack. I sent you the info.
I don't get updates on Slack. It's, hey, I'm going to add. All right. Okay, cool. We're going to call in then, and then we'll figure this out. So, speaking of the Angel Grove Prom, we obviously have people that are kind of sponsoring it, kind of with us. One of those is NWay. NWay is the makers of the Legacy War video game.
That's right.
Now, for a lot of you that are playing Legacy Wars, I've gotten addicted to it. I lose a lot, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I played before to what I do now. Now when I play and you play against someone, oh man.
Yeah,
it's like people
so
come out, they're just like, you're like, yeah, I'm tearing up the CPU.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Challenge somebody. Let's do this. Papa. Oh, what the?
Both of you guys though, are pretty new to the game though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna let's see if we can get some exclusives here with NWay. Let's see if we can get some exclusives with NWay.
Give me some cheat codes, man.
And we're already talking to them right now about Legacy War, the game. Hopefully, talking to them right now. Let's see if we can get some answers.
And it's definitely addicting, like we already said earlier.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so this is Chris from NWay. This is Joe with That Hashtag Show, along with my castmates, Daniel and Justin. You're live on the air. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, guys.
So,
how about you guys? What's going on?
We're doing great. Now, first of all, your game is highly addicting, and we know that you've been adding Rangers at a rapid rate. Who is your favorite Ranger to play?
Oh, wow. So who do I play right now? Dude, there's so many. I can't really, favor one, but if there is just one Ranger right now, oh, man, I would say Gemma.
Gemma?
Oh.
I'm not even at that level to
Yeah.
rank her yet.
Yeah.
Gemma love it.
Well, see, people will know, on the live streams, I was actually doing pretty well with her, even when she first released. And I just fell in love with the character.
Now, one of our fans right here in the chat says they want you to add the Quantum Ranger. When's that on the way?
Oh my God! You know what's funny is we get this question all the time, and we tell them hey guys, with 25 years of Power Rangers, it's we're yet to scratch the surface of this game. So I would say hey, maybe TBD. Who knows?
Good answer. Now, let's get into some of the game for a little bit here. Now, this is the first game that lets you play as Rangers and villains from the entire multiverse of Power Rangers, including the television show, the comics, and the movies. How did that all come together?
Yeah. So long story short, because I don't want to bore anybody that might be watching this.
No. Trust me, we love deep inside baseball kind of stuff. So this is Daniel speaking, and we love that stuff. So share as much as possible.
All right. So it started with hey, we got this idea going with the help of Lionsgate and Saban at the time, of course. They were going to make a movie, and we're like, hey, how would it be to collaborate with one another and see if we can make a game out of the movie? That was the idea the first time around. Now, what we did as NWay is that we kind of expanded that idea. I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't we do this? Instead of just making it based off of the movie, let's incorporate the entire PR, multiverse. It's really? So how does that going to work? Well, it's simple. We've got 25 years, like I mentioned, and it'll be endless content. So we're like, okay, cool, yeah. So we started with the movie, and then it just kind of built up. We talked with different partners. You mentioned Boom Studios earlier. Our most recent collab with Capcom was also awesome too. So these are just examples of the many, collaborations that we've done just now, and we continue to expand on that resume.
Now, this game lets you play against live opponents in real time, and that function works really well. How important is that to you? And talk to me a little bit about how you keep those servers up. I'm sure you got people on there 24/7 from around the world playing.
We do. So we have there's multiple servers, and I can't speak to this, because our product team would probably kill me. Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about? But obviously, one here in North America, another in Asia, another in Europe, and then what we do here is that we try to make it so that when you match make, it always starts with obviously whichever server you're in, and then from there it kind of like makes its way to based on okay, so who's around, and better yet, in terms of matchmaking, we want to try to make it as appeasing as possible for whoever's playing against each other, so that it's not too far to a point where you're going to feel lagged. That's the worst thing that you can have when you're playing a real-time fighting game online. You never want to try to experience this lag. But however, let's be honest, lag exists everywhere.
It does.
If you're going to play online, it's something you just can't avoid it.
Now I got to ask you another question about this. It does look like it's console quality presentation. A lot of people, I mean, it's a mobile game. Is there any chance that this is going to be coming to something like Steam or anything?
Possibility. You never know. Right now, like our focus is mainly on mobile right now, and based off of the conversations that we may have with Lionsgate, Hasbro now. It kind of determines whether or not, what would make sense now. But because, like I said before, there's just so much content still, and it's so rich, that's what we're, focused on right now, just mobile.
Mobile. Now, you've added Megazords, which is a huge part of the game, no pun intended. One question I have is, we have the influx of Street Fighter characters, and I saw the kind of like animatic that was going on that had somewhat of a story where it saw kind of like, the villains teaming up and taking over this dimension. Is there any chance that you could possibly be integrating a story mode, kind of like something like Injustice does?
It's funny you mention that. We get it all the time from the fans. Like, hey, we understand that this is a PvP game.
Right.
Well, that's still our belief, and we want to continue working on that process. Now, should there be a story mode? I don't know. Can't really talk to that right now. Too early to tell. I know product guys are going to be like, Chris, what are you talking about? You can't be sharing all this stuff to them, right? But I want to continue to keep the suspense going, and part of it is that with Power Morphicon coming up, there's so much to look forward to, and I can't wait. I can't wait to share with the rest of the community, especially those folks that play this game actively every day, like what's going to happen in Power Morphicon. If I was to talk to it right now, it would spoil the whole surprise. So I can't wait to talk about this. It's going to be awesome.
Well, we're less than a week away, so we're excited to hear what you guys have to say. Another big question I have that I'm sure you get this a lot: how do you win? Because I get beat. I mean, there's times where I go on little streaks, but I feel like more recently, maybe it's the level of player that I'm playing against now, but more recently I'm getting my butt whooped.
All right. So with winning comes obviously practicing for any fighting game or any competitive game for that matter. This game gets highly competitive once you start hitting like I would say over 3,000, 4,000 medals. That's when you start feeling the grind, is what they say for any game, right? How do you win? It's like you find the best comp, that team comp that you look for, and honestly, for each player, it's different. You have a player preference. Some guys may want to build a team that's more aggressive, where others like to play more defensive. In that case, you might want to turtle a little bit. So there's different ways to play the game, right? And turtling is a complete strategy. A lot of people hate it, but in reality, when you play fighting games, it's an actual strategy.
I do. So I turtle, and then I'll use my like the ranger buddies you have.
Yeah.
I'll use them to like fight, and then like sometimes they'll block, and then I'll attack. But then sometimes my bar's not all the way up, so then I have to go back and turtle.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like the biggest thing that I have to remind all of our players is that when you get to that point, when you're playing at a high level, it's like really maintaining and managing your energy pool. You don't want to burn it, and in some situations you do you want to burn this, do you want to do that? It's like that's the great thing about this game is it's not only your typical fighting game, but it requires some sort of strategy involved, and like you can't just go in there pushing whatever, and button mashing whatever move that you want. You actually want to think about it, and you need to understand what each character's advantages and disadvantages are like, because that's what's going to win you the battles overall. And that's how you climb the ladder. It's quite grinding. I play it every day too, and I have those same situations that any other player will have. It's like, oh man, I can't seem to win. What is the secret behind that? Well, there isn't. If I did, oh my God, I would be able to share it in the stream right now.
Now, next question is, who's better, you or Peter Sidarso?
Oh man. Okay.
Oh.
So I'll be honest with you. So Peter. So a lot of the guys here, and I'm sure the community and even those folks that might follow him say, hey, Peter plays this game almost every Fridays. He live streams on Hyper RPG, and he's quite active. In fact, he actually has his own alliance, with some really, really cool Hasbro guys over there. And I'll quote them. They're around, and they actually played. A lot of these guys are active. So if you're to ask me, so who's better? It's like, because he plays it much more than I do, he actually is able to talk with the community too as well. Not to say that I don't know what I'm talking about, but this guy, we appreciate all the love and support this guy has done, and he continues to surprise us, and actually is involved with the community in his manner. Oh my God, it's like we really appreciate all the love and support, and he's actually really good. And when he played, the last time that we worked with Peter was I'm trying to remember, San Diego Comic-Con, who had just passed a couple weeks ago. He usually, and I told him this, is like, hey Peter, you know the drill, man. I don't have to tell you anything. It's like, yeah. Any newbies that comes there, obviously I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it light on them. But anybody that's a veteran there, dude, I'm gonna go all out on them.
That's hilarious. I know Brennan Mejia was playing too, and he's getting better. I have a match with Brennan coming up on this game because I think we're about the same level. Now, for all of you guys that aren't playing Legacy War, I got a question. So this is obviously free to download and it's also free to play, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's right. So iOS, Android, and we also do Amazon devices too.
Awesome.
Wow.
So pretty much any device where you can play mobilely, you can download this game, and it is free to play. And that's the fun part about this. There are microtransactions which get you great rangers, because I've been toying. I can see the deals every single day of who I want to get, and some of those are very enticing. And I might just be getting myself some rangers, like the Phantom Ranger.
Nice.
My favorite's the Phantom Ranger. I haven't been able to play him yet.
Oh yeah. Phantom's pretty good. He's up there. He's top tier. And with these deals, you mentioned that before. It's like, because our game is free to play. You as a player, you kind of dictate, your progression. Like, yes.
Oh yeah.
It could be quite the grind if you were to continue playing free to play. And what it does for you is, like, if you decide to monetize to the game, it's just one extra step closer to your goal, right? Not necessarily that, hey, is it going to take X amount of money for me to actually be dominant? No. Over time, it just takes a little bit longer to progress.
Well, I'm excited for it, and you'll be at Power Morphicon, correct?
Yep, you got it, guys. I'm excited for you guys and the whole Angel Girl Prom. Man, this is going to be great. You know what? This is my first time ever going to Power Morphicon, and I heard that, this has to be the year, being able to celebrate the 25th anniversary. I'm super excited.
Same here, and obviously anybody that is going to Prom, there's a code. You want to talk about what that code does?
Yeah. So, actually, do I want to talk about it? There's like 3 different characters that you can get. But I want to make it a surprise.
Well, then we'll make it a surprise. That's a good enough tease. At Power Morphicon, come to Angel Grove Prom. You'll be getting one of these codes, and it's 3 different characters, which will be revealed when you get to Angel Grove Prom. How about that?
Oh yeah, that sounds like a plan, guys. And you know what? For those of you guys just watching, viewing, I don't know. You guys live streaming? You guys are doing a podcast? I don't know.
Yeah, we're live.
Wherever you are, wherever the audience is coming from, I'm super excited to meet as many of you guys as possible. Whether we're talking Legacy Wars, whether we're talking about Power Rangers, Hasbro, NWay, you name it. It's to me, it's like I don't know what to expect. It's a first time thing for me, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to meet just as many of you guys as possible. It's going to be awesome.
I agree with you, and we can't wait to see you at Power Morphicon in Anaheim next week. Chris, it was great talking to you, and hopefully we'll get to talk in person, and you give me some hints on who's coming up, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I don't know about who's coming up. But
Hey, you said it. You said it.
No.
Oh, no. I'm going
Chris,
to get quoted for that.
Just make sure, this is Daniel, make sure that somehow you give me cheat codes because I am tired of losing.
Oh, my God. We get it all the time. It's like, hey, Chris, how do I get that code from San Diego Comic-Con? How do I get that code from New York Comic-Con? It's like, well, truth be told, sometimes we do social media contests, and if you guys follow us, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that's the easiest way to keep in touch with the community and just honestly keep in touch with what we actually do as a company. So check it out at PR Legacy Wars Twitter, at Power Rangers Legacy Wars for both Facebook and Instagram. If you guys don't follow us yet, you should, because chances are you'll be able to know what's going on in our realm.
That's amazing. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time today, and we'll see you at Morphicon.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys there.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
So, Justin,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. If
Sure.
you were to see any Henshin or Common Riders in Legacy War,
Sure.
who would you want to see?
My first Kamen Rider show I watched is the Kamen Rider Forze, and I think that'd be awesome because he's a space, he's like a space themed one. So you have him next to, say, like in space, that'd be kind of cool. Kamen Rider, another one would be Gaim would be kind of hilarious because he's the orange themed Kamen Rider. So those would be kind of fun combinations in there. But also, if you want to go old school, there ain't nothing wrong with the Kamen Rider show that we got turned into Kamen Rider here, Master Rider here, called Kamen Rider Black RX, and that could be kind of fun in its own regard, specifically because that guy technically showed up in an episode of Power Rangers.
Really?
Mine would definitely be, if I had to pick something from Sentai, I need some Q Rangers in there.
Yeah.
And definitely what I want to see is Lucky.
Lucky.
I want Lucky.
Well, you're
man.
probably going to get those adapted anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's switching gears for a second. Speaking of Kamen Rider, you guys do a show called Henshin Hangout, and we're going to hand it off to you guys. Have fun, buddy.
Thank you.
Stay.
I gotta move. I gotta stay here. Yeah. Cool. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Justin?
Hey, Johnny. Sit down. Hey, guys. We're gonna change this a little bit.
Make this little shift over.
Because Ranger Rapid's done.
Oh.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. So what are we doing now?
Well, we're gonna talk about Lupat.
Okay.
Lupin versus Pat Ranger. Now, we don't got a build episode this week.
This is true.
So we're going to talk a little bit about a certain show that is basically pirate themed and not Super Mega Force. We're talking Gokaiger.
So that must mean if we're talking about Kamen Rider and we're talking about Gokaiger, which is Sentai, that must mean it's time for Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout.
I can't spin this, but I tried. It was really bad. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Henshin Hangout.
Woo!
Also, one more thing. We will be also briefly talking about the next Kamen Rider
This
show.
is true. We got a trailer.
got a
And the
trailer.
trailer looked kind of good. Looked kind of sick.
So wait, we'll talk about that later. Let's very briefly. Let's jump straight into Lupat.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do.
Do we have to?
We do.
My pain is real. My pain is real.
I know this is mostly because I know that this is the show that you and me separate. We do not agree on the show right
Not at all.
now.
Not at all. Which is fine.
No.
Because again, as fans, we're allowed to have our own individual opinions.
Right.
You can enjoy something. You can not like something. The key is not to send hate mail to actors and actresses and whatnot, and cause them to leave social media. So those are things we do not do.
That's absolutely we don't do. So that being said, no, I feel it spices things up. The difference of opinion. They're pretty civil about it. So please Tell me why you're wrong about stuff.
You bastard. You bastard.
I'm kidding, please.
Okay, so this week's episode was interesting because...
Have them join you on the chat right now. I'm gonna put a link in there. And have them join you.
So
You're going to that chat.
Okay. Sorry. Real quick. Okay, so we just got a chat. Okay, we have a link for the new show, for this show coming up. It's in the chat right now. Please click on that. Follow that. Click on that so we can go ahead and continue our discussion on Henshin Hangout officially. So please, it's in the chat. Click the linkity link.
So you can close out.